Hello guys. Can't believe it's week 8, but um yeah. So I chose to do my final paper on the scripture of Jeremiah 23:16 through 22. At first I misunderstood these instructions and thought that I had to finish my paper before submitting my discussion, so I was clearly wrong on that. But I chose this scripture because I believe that it can hit home for the church today. In the book of Jeremiah, God speaks out against the false prophets in the land. There are people in the land of Jerusalem that are claiming to speak God's instruction and encouragement, but God rebukes this. In Jeremiah 23:16 through 22, it is written, and then I inserted the scripture for context. Basically, he says, "Do not listen to the words of the prophets who prophesy to you, filling you with vain hopes. They speak visions of their own minds, not from the mouth of the Lord. They say continually to those who despise the word of the Lord, 'It shall be well with you.' And to everyone who stubbornly follows his own heart, they say, 'No disaster shall come upon you.' For who among them has stood in the counsel of the Lord to see and hear his word, or who has paid attention to his word and listened? Behold, the storm of the Lord, wrath has gone forth, a whirling tempest. It will burst upon the head of the wicked. The anger of the Lord will not turn back until he has executed and accomplished the intents of his heart. In the latter days, you will understand it clearly. I did not send the prophets, yet they ran. I did not speak to them, yet they prophesied. But if they had stood in my counsel, then they would have proclaimed my words to my people, and they would have turned away from their evil way and from the evil of their deeds." The context of this text is that there's a lot of idol worship happening in the land of Jerusalem. God is in a covenant with wildly unfaithful people. They are worshiping in the temple and pursuing pagan worship and sacrifices outside of the temple. First, the Lord communicates directly to his people with instruction. He directly tells them to depart from listening to false prophets. There are many people witnessing falsely and leading the people of God astray from the truth. Second, Yahweh confronts the evil practices that are going on in his kingdom at the time. As a holy and just God, he will not allow evil to go untouched. He exposes the wickedness and also gives consequences. The false prophets in the land are giving false hope to the people. God does the actual loving thing and speaks the truth. He communicates about the real consequences that are to come as Jerusalem is bound to fall and go into the Babylonian exile. Lastly, God reiterates his authority and kingship to the people. He reveals this through political allegories, such as mentioning his counsel. God is speaking out as a voice over all that is going on in the land at the time, over all government. Even though his people are living in a monarchical dynamic of a king, Yahweh reminds his people that he reigns through his sovereignty above all the earth and in heaven. Thank you. Have a great summer.